This is intake.
This is Project Z.
And these window trims look shit house, so we're going to paint them.
This is going to be about a 2-beer job. One to paint them and one to watch the paint dry.
But you won't drink beers, so you may as well give me that thing here. Oh fuck, you know it's going to be a good episode when I start spilling beer straight away. So we all know that once you go black, you never go back. But in the case of the previous owner, they did fucking go back. Stainless trim should not be stainless. If you're not going to polish it, you're not going to sand it down properly, and you're going to leave fucking black on there. This looks fucking terrible. What we're going to have to do is mask up the whole car just to paint these 3 bits of trim on the top and the 2 bits down the side here. So we're going to get some masking tape, mask along there, get some newspaper, and just cover everything up so we don't get any overspray. That sounds like a pretty good plan.
That sounds like a stupid idea. It'd be much easier if we just take these trims off and paint them out somewhere else.
So what we're going to do is take the trims off the car, sand them down, prep them, give them a bit of wash, and then paint them somewhere else. Fucking hell, man. You make everything so much harder. So what I'm going to do first is take the target top out, because then I can get to this piece of trim, because it's pretty much the only way you'll get that out. And then I can also get to the back piece of trim as well, and we'll worry about the target top later on. So to get that out, there's a couple of little knobs in there. Go straight out, and we'll put that somewhere safe.
Where are these knobs?
Well, there's one standing over the other side of the car. You gotta lift that one up at the same time. Yep, there you go.
Fancy.
And now we can get to the end of this trim. And how the fuck does that come out?
Just like that, apparently.
I reckon you've done this before, and you've probably fucked it. They're expensive. When we work on his Toyota Subaru, everything's just going to fall apart because it's a piece of shit. Fucking hell.
Struggling there a little bit, mate.
Well, you know, I reckon someone has Sikaflex this in.
You know they're expensive.
Because of the fucking Sikaflex that's holding it in.
Oh, that looks good.
Yep, pretty sure that there's no clips there and it's just been Sikaflexed in.
Beautiful.
Good thing I've got some Sikaflex to put it back in at the end of the day.
All right, to get some of these trims out, we're going to need a trim tool just to make it a little bit easier.
You're a tool.
Put it under one side. And if Steve bought some quality trim tools, we'd be able to pry this bad boy out.
I actually buy those, they came for free.
I don't want the fork end.
Did you just break it?
Yeah, I broke the trim tool.
That's awesome. So we're halfway through removing our trim off this car, and we've got the 2 window pieces to go here. Now this is going to be a hell of a lot easier than top bit, because all you need is your trim tool, or a screwdriver with a microfiber around it. Stick it up underneath there and pry upwards. Just like getting into a skirt. Stick it up underneath and lift. And that's how easy it is to remove that piece of trim. So to complete the trim removal process, we've got this last piece on the door that we've got to pull off, and that's going to be the easiest piece. Nothing's going to break. There's not going to be any surprises underneath there. It's just going to be nice and easy. What I'm going to do is pop out that end piece, just like that. And then I'll just get you to put that window down, please. Ooh.
It's a good sounding window.
It is healthy. And just lift up, maybe with the trim tool. No breaking. Come on, you bastard. Oh, for fuck's sake. You know what'd be easier than this? Just sitting down in my yard having a drink. All right, we'll just pry this up here, mate.
You're right, mate.
Well, I just don't want to break it. Hang on. Oh. And just like that, we've removed the last piece of the window trim. So we're back out here in my garden, favourite place to be in the world.
Spray painting booth.
The homemade spray painting booth. And we're going to sand down all these bits and pieces, and which is going to be awesome now that we've got Nick on the show, because it's going to be twice as fast, which is good. So you can probably do the big bits. So anyway, what we're going to do is just give these a bit of a sand, a bit of a clean up, and then get them painted the same way as we did with the wheels.
What type of sandpaper do we use? Is this wet and dry?
Well, it's dry at the moment, and once we put it in the water, it'll be wet, but it can't be both wet and dry at the same time. It's not a Schrodinger sandpaper, you know. All right, so what we want to do is make sure that your bits and pieces are nice and wet. Always got to work with a moist piece of equipment. Just give it a light sand because we don't want to take too much off there. Because if you take too much off there, then you've got to prime it all again. We've already got to prime these stainless bits. And then that takes more work, more beers, more money. We do have some primer for that stainless. We're using an Natch primer for that today. Again, we're working with dirty shit. We should have cleaned these beforehand.
No, you're right. Do you actually have any better sandpaper?
No, we've got a large selection of sandpaper. Each of it is 800 grit.
Wait,
800 is the...
How are we getting the black off?
Well, you don't need to take the black off. You just got to smooth it. Smooth it out. Smooth the edges down.
Right.
So...
Just smoothing the edges down.
Well, you just want to create...
Smooth
all
the edges down.
All the idea of the sandpaper is just to create an area for your paint to be adhered to. If it's smoother, it's more aerodynamic, goes faster. The faster the car, the better the chicks.
You're married, Steve.
Yes, well, we can't all be happy. Something really therapeutic, word of the day, just about sitting out here, having a couple of drinks with your mates, sanding little bits of shit.
Did you even have a beer?
Yeah, I do have a beer. It's just about empty, so why don't you go get me another one? That's the best thing about hiring an apprentice. Oh,
There you go, mate.
What fucking took you?
Sorry, mate.
No.
This is the one I did. That one. Is that up to your standards? It's dirty.
Would you put it on your car?
I mean, I wouldn't put any of this on my car. My car's new and clean and not Sikaflex together.
Your car's fucking plastic, mate.
Exactly. So
It's held together with the used chewing gum of a... Where's Toyota? Is it made by Subaru or Toyota? It's made by Toyota, isn't
It's
it?
made by Subaru.
The body?
The whole car's a Subaru, and Toyota bought Subaru.
Did they really?
Yes, they own 40-something% of Subaru. So then they decided to release the BRZ as their car also. And due to the 50-50 weight distribution is why they called it an 86.
Wouldn't they call it a 50 then? Like, that sort of says that 80%'s at one side and 60%'s at the other side, which is more than 100% of weight distribution.
I think they were just meaning that it's 86% better than your car.
Fucking my car's 300% better than your fucking car. Hey, what have you done with this? You just do a bit of sand and put it on the ground. Mate, that is not even smooth at all.
This is what I'm saying.
That's rough as guts.
I asked you for better sand, but that's not the one I did.
Isn't it?
No? Maybe? No.
Fucking oath it is, mate.
Fuck you.
You gotta do a job, you gotta do it properly. You don't fucking half-ass it.
I mean, I'm half-arsing it all. I asked for better sandpaper and you couldn't achieve.
800 is the only sandpaper that a man needs.
Why do you have it then? Man joke about you being the girl. All right, is that up to your standards?
Yeah, that's good, bro. So if you just put that much effort into the rest of your work, you'd go places. You'd go places. Thanks for that, mate.
Fuck.
See everything. So we're nearly at the end of sanding down all these bits and pieces, which is fantastic.
What the fuck are you doing?
This is the most effective way of sanding, the smoothest finish. And, you know, sometimes, depending on the person, probably the quickest way to do it too.
Yeah, especially for you, mate. Why do you live in the... No, it's fine. I don't mind bugs.
For those overseas wondering, in this yard alone are about 500 things that'll kill you. Because Australia. My wife's around here. She's one of them. You know what's going to make my car look awesome?
Lamborghini headlights.
Got them. I'm 2 parts closer to owning a Lamborghini than you are.
Yeah, yep.
Massive GT spoiler on the back.
That is not going to make it any better, but we're still going to do it.
It's going to look awesome. So Sidekick Nick's just finished all his bits and pieces because he's half-assed it, and I'm nearly done with the last one anyway. So what we're going to do after this is give them a bit of a dry, wax and grease remove them, clean them up a bit so that the paint adheres, then get into painting. Tell you what, this longer bit takes ages to get done. I'll have to swap hands. With the Targa, what we're going to do is just mask this up rather than take the trim off, because we don't have to mask up a hell of a lot. It's not going to make much of a difference in the outcome of the job.
Fuck you.
And while your mate's working, time for a beer. Because this show's always been about smashing gears, but more importantly, sinking beers. As reminded by my Smashing Gears, Sinking Beers intake decal there, available at our Facebook store. Posted anywhere in the world. So what we're going to do is just make sure that these are given a thorough clean with the old wax and grease remover, or prep wash, or wax and grease. Two different things, but it's the same thing. And you want to make sure it's dried thoroughly beforehand. So since it's summer in Australia, and in summer in Australia it's like 60,000 degrees, apparently, it's not all that hot today, these things will dry on their own. So we're just going to leave them down, have a couple of beers, come back and they'll be ready to paint.
I'm already finished and Steve is still going.
That's because I am a dedicated worker and I'm doing things thoroughly. Just because you half-ass everything.
I feel like I did it just as well as you, mate.
You know, people are going to be in the comments thinking that these guys are more than friends. These guys are clearly more than friends. Wife, bullshit.
All right, now that we've hung out all our trims in the tree, we've waited for it to dry so the wax and tar remover is all nice and dry, so we can give it a good first coat of the etch primer. Make sure you give it a real good shake first. Bit of muscle memory happening there. So a good overall coat over everything, and then we'll wait for that to dry.
Nice thin coat first.
Yeah.
Just dusting it on, you see. These ones won't need as much priming because they've got paint on them already. This actually should be drying as I'm putting it on there because it's nice and warm. Hot tip for anyone out there who's using the spray cans, when you're done with them, give them a spray upside down, just until it goes clear, like that. And that way it's cleaned the nozzle out and it's ready for use next time you're going to use it. Quiet you. So while you're waiting for the paint to dry, grab your favourite chicken, sit down, have a beer. Or be like our mate Nick here and abstain from alcohol. Just pat your friend.
I'm patting her.
They're so lovely, aren't they?
They are.
You know what? And they give you eggs, chicken drumsticks, buffalo wings.
What did the white one do on Angry Birds? It shoots exploding eggs.
These ones hardly lay. They're not putting in their weight. You know what I love about them? You move them and their heads stay still. It's like they're ready for the initial Ds. They're JDM chickens. Cue the Eurobeat. What happens when you roll the car in initial D? I love chickens. They're the best food. Friends you can have. She doesn't like you.
No, she does. Look at her. She's just chilling now.
Right, so we finished fucking with our chickens. So we put them away.
Our edge primer's dried, so now it's good to do a couple of coats with our final colour, which is just a satin black.
It's meant to look like a factory finish.
You just painted a nectarine.
Oh, yeah, I can paint a nectarine. It's in my fruit. I'll paint what I want. It's a really cool fruit. It's one of a kind now. Yep. So, that's the end of the first coat. We have a beer, wait for that to dry, and we're ready to go for the second coat. Yes. Yeah, and you finish past the other end. Ooh. Yeah, you see?
Beautiful.
So now that our first coat of colour's dry, we're ready to put the second coat on.
Nice one, mate. I think you might as well change those stickers to smashing gears and spilling beers.
Smart ass. So we're just about to finish doing the third coat of black on the trim pieces, and they're just about ready to go back on the car. They look amazing now that they're black, albeit a little bit longer. So let's just see if they still fit on the 300. Oh, hello there. Didn't see you come in. Welcome back to my garage. Before we put those black trim pieces back in, we're going to just give these all a bit of a clean out, get this dirt out of there, just fuck that right off, and then we just give a nice clean application for those trim pieces, which look fantastic, to go back in there. So what we're going to do is just clean out this bit, all the dirt from here, and just a nice big clean along there too. And just like that, it's like it's brand new, ready for the new trim pieces to go back in. So I'm ready to install this piece of trim, which just clips back in.
I need some Sikaflex on my side.
And of course, Numbnuts over there requires some Sikaflex for his side. There you go.
Thanks, mate.
So, like I said, just clips back in. Installation, you all know it. Opposite, reverse, removal. Just put them back in the reverse of how you took it out. Oh shit, nearly slipped off there. That's no good. Oh man, that looks heaps better already. Super nice, super nice. How you going over there?
I need a knife.
Got one with a handle for you.
Oh, better than last time.
So what we're going to do is just put on the door piece while Nick fucks around over there. The little dick at the back, window piece, slide the target top back in. It's my side complete. How you going, champ?
Well, your side was a bit nicer than mine, so I have to cut and get all this Sikaflex out.
Well, it's a learning experience for you, isn't it?
Always cut away from yourself.
So to complete the bottom sill, I'm going to slide this massive long black thing into its hole. Open the door, just lower it gently into position, and make sure we've got this clip at the end lined up. So if I reach into this little soft bit and give it a good old push and press the magic button, everything will just lock into place. You're telling me that magic button's imaginary. I don't know if that's going into position, you know. Almost need a little screwdriver just to push that in. Oh, just like that. Now we've got to push it down properly. So just to ensure that I don't fuck up the fresh paint we've done, I'm going to use a cloth. Rather than getting my fingerprints all over it. Just like that. Fucking Bob is your uncle. Why is Bob always your uncle? Why couldn't it be somebody else? I don't even have an uncle called Bob. He's always my bloody uncle.
I have an uncle called Bob.
Do you really?
Well, his name's Rob, and Bob's short for Rob.
Well, there you go. Bob's Nick's uncle. So the last piece of the trim is ready to go back into position. And everything on it is absolutely, that's upside down. And everything on it's broken. So what we're gonna have to do is Sikaflex this motherfucker back together to hold it into position on the windscreen, which is gonna create a watertight seal for the windscreen, not get any leaks and any other excuse that I can think of to make the Sikaflex justifiable. Just put a nice bead of Sikaflex up your windscreen, just to hold it in position. Good thing about this is really, if you do want to remove it later on, you can. It's not that hard. You just got to. It's going to be a pain in the ass to clean off, but you know, I don't really plan on removing it, so who gives a fuck? So we just lined it up into position. Give it a good old tap into place because it's got a couple of little like slotty clips that should hold it sort of into the spot that it should be in. Should hold it. Probably not going to, because nothing on this car works the way it should. There's a clip there. There's a clip at both ends, and neither of the bastards are going to sit. Now, because this is an absolute shit fight, I think I might order some new clips on the internet. Clean this up later on, because this is super disappointing.
All right, so we're fit back in our target tops. We have left the newspaper on because we still have to paint this center part. So we leave the newspaper on, that'll make sure we don't get any overspray over the targets. We're just gonna mask off the rest.
So I'm gonna go and get beer number 5 of this 2 beer job while Nick masks up the car to stop the oversprays.
Beautiful.
Cool. You do this all by yourself?
Yeah, mate, all done. Let's get it done.
Let's get into it then. Oh, cheers, bro. This looks faster already, and it's not even red. So now that we've finished painting, the stainless and the chrome's gone, we can piss off all this newspaper, and yeah, we'll get to see how it looks now that it's all black again.
Do 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 do.
Back in black! I hit the sack!
You are an idiot.
All right, let's peel this shit off. It's a good thing you only masked up a little bit of the car.
Yeah, I know, right?
So
I thought I did just the right amount. Not too much, and not too little.
It's like you've just got the right amount of chromosomes sometimes. Really? You masked up the wheel? You didn't even mask up the whole wheel. What is this?
I masked up the chair as well, just to make sure.
Fucking hell, man. Oh, looks good.
So our trims are dry. They look way better than they did before, and that's the end of this episode.
So be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that like button if you liked what you saw here. Don't forget to comment below, because that's our favourite thing, reading your guys' feedback about this video and what you want to see in the future.
If you guys want to pick up those sweet as horsepower gaining stickers or decals of ours, be sure to check out our Facebook store.
Where you can pick those up posted anywhere in the world.
Except maybe North Korea.
Which doesn't matter because they don't have YouTube. So they don't know about them. Don't let them touch. That's in tandem. How good's that? Synchronisation. That should have been the word. Oh no!
You let them touch.